Na, 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 yeah. Now the show is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Now the show is about to start. It's about to start, oh yeah. Now the show is about to start, yeah. Come on and join the V&O show. That's the girl you need to know. The V&O show. That's the girl you need to know. V&O, yeah.
Giving you celebrity gossip, what's going on in the news. She'll talk about beauty, interview your favorite celebs too. Get ready,
Get ready,
get ready,
get ready,
get ready.
come on and join the V&O show. That's the girl you need to know. The V&O show. That's the girl you need to know.
To the V. Lenore Show, and I'm your host, baby, V. Lenore. I hope everybody is doing well today. I'm having a very special show on today because my girlfriends are back, okay? My girlfriends are back, okay? Yes, yes, 2 wives, 1 ex, okay? 2 wives and 1 ex. We are here today to come out here and chit chat, do what we do, okay? You're going to get to know us a little better and you're going to see us a lot more often, okay? But today, my 2 girlfriends, they came back, okay? First and foremost, you know what I should have done? I'll tell you what. We have a special guest that we're going to interview on tonight. What I think we should do is get a feel for who this special young lady is. And then I'm going to bring my girlfriends out so they can introduce you a little bit better, okay? Let's start here. All right.
I way run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Yeah.
Restless hearts, they sleep alone tonight. Sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. And loving and music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh boy, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully.
Circus life under the big top world. We all need the clowns to make us smile. Yeah.
Through space and time, oh and where I am, I'm lost without you. And being apart ain't easy, all this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you. Oh boy, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. Whoa, whoa,
I love that part. I love that part. Look how he looks at her. Look, that was Miss Drew Russell. Okay, if you don't know, you know now. That's Drew Russell. You've seen her on The Voice. Okay, that's our baby girl, Drew Russell. Yay. Now, let me say this. So, God is still playing. All right. So first, let me say this. I want to welcome my girlfriend, Adria Chia, who is the wife of Alvin Chia of Take Six. Okay. Adria Chia is back. All right. That's my baby bonus mama. Okay. That's my little baby bonus mommy. Okay. And then last but not least, okay, we have the one and only, you guys. She's a staple around here on this doggone channel. Okay, I think she thinks this is her other channel. I think so. Okay, the people think so too. They love Marla. Okay, so anyway, Miss Marla Thomas is here. Okay, now Marla, you personally know these two people that we just showed singing.
Well, one of them put the other one in my body, and then and then, I grew everything about her, vocal cords and all. Now, here's the thing. I just want to say this. It's important because I think the world at this point has been introduced to pretty much the entire family on different levels.
Yes, absolutely.
This is my most introverted child of three. Now she has many, many talents, but she's not really. This is interesting.
Let's talk about her like she's not here.
Right. I'm right. I can hear you. I can hear you.
She's actually not quiet. I would call Lexi. We call her Lexi, but for the
Right.
world, she's Drew. I
Yes.
would call Drew. If I had to describe her in one word, my word would be selective.
Okay.
Very selective personality, always has been. But
Okay.
when she selects her time, her people, and her place, she's actually she's not gregarious, but she's a very authentic human. She is. So I give her that.
Truly herself. A lot of people don't know themselves, but she clearly knows who she is and what she likes.
Knows, and she should have been born the first one because she's always been trying to tell everybody else in the family what. I just told her before we started, "You're not my mother."
Well, you're telling Drew that as well, Lexi? I mean,
It can be confusing.
Lexi, you and I, we're here. We're here, though.
We went out today. This is a really fun antidote. We went out today, and she just had to make a quick run to Sephora, and she said, "What are you wearing on your lips?" She
Oh,
said,
she didn't like it.
The youth will lead us, so you learn about this.
and she said,
That is very true, Marla. I mean,
I appreciate it.
"Smoker's lip, smoker's lip." Look, I said, "What
Not
are you-"
smoker's lip, not
Dark-
cracked lips. What?
dark-
Black and mild lips. Is that what we're talking about? Lord have mercy.
Black, mild, and mild.
like Melanie, I knew exactly what she was talking about. That is such a thing.
I found the MAC lipstick in one of my old purses. Okay, and I thought it would be a nice little just throw it on and go out.
Okay. Now I'm self-conscious. Okay. I don't know what she over there critiquing now. Okay. I ain't fooling with you. So look here, Lexi. Well, Drew Russell, girl, look, I need to know, when did you decide that you wanted to become a singer? You first of all, Marla did not introduce the two people in the video, so I will do that. Okay, that
David,
was Drew Russell from The Voice singing with 10-time Grammy Award winning legend from the group Take Six, baby. Okay,
AKA her
10-time,
daddy,
10-time Grammy Award winner. I said it. Okay,
AKA
now
her daddy, daddy boy, daddy
that's
man.
her. That's the baby pappy.
That's big.
Okay. So look, you had a dad who was a legend, still a living legend, okay, in a legendary group. You've known and met probably everybody known to man, okay, that people admire and who have done great things in this business. But this is not what you pursued first. What did you first pursue after college?
So, just you stated obviously, I think the obvious part is that music has always been in my life, and it's something that it was almost just instinctual to me. It's always been in the
Right.
background, whether or not it was my focus, and it's always been something that I absolutely love. And in my private space, it's always been a hobby, things that I pursue. But when it came time for a career and things, I'm very type A in this regard. So I
Okay.
was like, let me make a safety net out of this first. So I went to school in Syracuse for broadcast journalism, and I pursued that to a pretty high extent. Worked for NBC, ABC for, I would say, about 7 years for a little stint. And then decided, you know what, let me pop this baby out and see what I can do. I think it takes time to be able to build that and then decide
Yeah.
now you've got a foundation that you can fall back on, and that's just kind of how my brain works.
I would like to ask a question here.
Okay.
Let me pop this baby out. Did you mean your actual
But
baby?
we won't get into the details of the birth, but
No, but I'm
You
saying like
probably would. Okay.
popping a baby of the music career baby or your actual
no,
son?
no, my literal son. I think that
Her
was
baby.
the
And he
catalyst.
didn't just pop out.
That was the catalyst to kind of be like, I've now
He's
done
a
all
big baby.
forward. Yeah,
10
exactly.
pounds and 22 and some odd inches
Is a
is
big
not a
This
pop.
is a big baby.
I can believe
Oh,
you.
well, look, and that brings up another part of this. So you pursued, broadcast journalism. You did well for several years. You get married. You have a baby.
Yeah.
And now you decide to pursue it. And it sounds like you feel like this was the right time for you because you laid out a foundation for it
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
happen.
I also think it seems counterintuitive to a lot of people, but for me and just the way my mind works is I think once you have a child for years of being, not having a child and being independent and being able to, pursue anything you want to pursue, I do think that it kind of, and I've said this before, but it makes you re-examine your purpose and
I
am
agree.
I doing something that I love? Am I feeding myself in a way that my child can benefit from in a true, genuine sense? So for me, I think that was the last kind of push that I needed to be like, let me test this to its full extent.
Nice.
And
I
still,
love that. I love that. Now we were all at a celebration for your mom. She had a big birthday, okay, last month, and we had the opportunity to see you singing there in person. We got to talk to you, just kind of see what you had going on because you were about to debut within a couple weeks on The View. I mean, I'm sorry, The Voice. Lord have
yeah.
mercy,
Hey,
The
what?
Voice. Okay, NBC, The Voice, and Adria. I heard you overheard you, I should say, talking to Lexi about some of the people that you were familiar with in the business. So you guys were catching up. What did you learn from your conversation with Lexi that day
What she,
about what that voice experience was like?
the code of that was she was eavesdropping. Go ahead, share.
Right. Well, just becoming like you
You're
said,
hustling.
ear hustling. Yeah, Val was up her ear hustling on us, Drew. What's going on? Anyway, but we were talking about because of course everyone knows The Voice. It's been around for a long time. It's a great established show. I actually know a lot of couple vocal coaches that are active there now. So I was asking, Drew, how that experience was, actually because it's coming from a vocal family and dad, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Who were some of the vocal coaches that you work with, and how did you learn from that experience? How was it different, especially vocal coaches from someone that you don't really know versus your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think me and my dad are very similar. So I think a lot of times, of course, his advice is cream of the crop. He knows what he's doing. He has professional
Right.
ears. As he'll tell you, my ears are my business. But people don't always
I
see
can
all
hear that right now.
the Lexi, my ears are my business.
But you got to
That is true though, if you think about it, because like orthopedic. So,
Yeah, 100%.
okay, go ahead.
I think the thing that people don't see on The Voice behind the scenes is, and obviously you see the celebrity of it all. You see
Right.
the three coaches that are well known
Huge. Yeah.
names, artists in the business. There's also a whole team of vocal coaches behind the scenes, and they really do want you to be your best. Like they're not trying to make you go up there and make a fool of yourself at all. So
Right.
preparation is really well rounded, and I learned a lot. I feel like obviously I had a double bonus because I also am able to then pick up the phone and call my dad or see my dad and talk about some of the things I'm planning to do and kind of make sure that we're all on the same page. But it's a really, really well thought out machine, and that's where I will give them 100% credit, is that they've got a team of, I mean, it's got to be more than 5 vocal coaches that are amazing behind the scenes,
Wow.
that are helping you get prepared for these performances. Because at the end of the day, that they're staged, it's just TV performances. So they want to make sure that you're representing yourself in the way that you want to be represented, as well as putting on a good show.
What?
That.
quick
Oh, go
back
ahead, Marlon.
know about that, which I haven't asked her. It's a perfect place to do it here.
Mm-hmm.
So between vocal coaching and I know you also had performance coaching, how to present yourself on stage, which one of those two things did you actually like or take to better? Did
That's interesting. I like. I mean, I think they're equally important, right? When you're giving a performance, you want to make sure that you have both. I think for me,
Sure.
the thing I probably struggled with the most was not the vocal coaching. I think when I'm in a comfortable, safe, and everyone is so sweet and compassionate, so you're feeling very kumbaya in the moment behind the scenes. But
Mm-hmm.
also as someone who is now starting out, putting myself out there in this major platform after having not, gigged as much as a lot of the other artists have and had as much of that muscle worked out. For me, the performance coaching was super important, and still, I probably could have used a lot more. The nerves that you feel in that space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have such a newfound respect for anyone that performs on stages that
Yeah.
big and bigger.
Yeah.
Um, so I was proud of myself for, the courage that it takes to be able to stand there and give it your all. But that's what the performance coaching is for, is to make sure that you're understanding how can you, even if you're not a dancer and you're going over the top, how can you connect with people through your performance?
Right. And that's true. I mean, I don't think you brought up a valid point too about what people don't realize what it takes to perform and the courage. And then if you're performing TV live, the staging and the lighting and the spot, you got to hit your spot. You got to make sure that you're in the camera view.
Yeah. The
And that
blocking.
all that is very important.
There's a
While
lot of technicals, yeah.
and still while projecting and performing and looking your best and sounding your best and all of that. There's a lot behind the scenes, and I think that speaks a lot to a lot of people in character. Like you just don't get on the show, so oh, they're just on the show doing it. No, honey, it takes a lot.
Well, that's a sample, and I think a lot of people at home, they see the show, and the illusion is that this
Yes,
person showed up, rolled out of home, their family's backstage, they're going to
right.
kiss her off for the first time after rolling out of their office job, and that's not the case. But I also think, even with all the preparation that goes into place, it's still absolutely jarring, and nothing can really prepare you for that unless you've done something at that scale in a setting similar. So that was a huge, huge moment.
Let me say this because and first of all, let me show a couple of pictures. First of all, there's your glamour shot, honey, okay? When we met you. And then we got these folks who came. Who are these people behind you, honey?
So
Y'all
that
look like a trio. Y'all look like the newest
we are not a band coming out.
rock
Don't worry.
band.
Benny and the Chicks?
That is my mom and Ben.
Who is Ben?
Ben is my husband, father of my beautiful
Husband.
son, Guy. And he actually, that's a story in and of itself, is part of the reason that I did this show. So ask me
Oh,
about that.
We're
yeah.
tell
I want to know why. How is that? Well, let me say this before we go there. Let me say this. I have to ask this question before I forget. I used to get so angry with people when they were teasing Blue Ivy when she first went out to perform for the first time. She's 11 years old. She's walking out there, debuting for the first time in front of tens of thousands of people who
Yeah.
are they have no idea what all this little girl is dealing with. They would never be able to get on that stage. They had so much to say. And then she comes back the next year and baby, she's killing it.
Love
She's
it.
killing it, right? I've always had compassion about the fact that this is her debut. She didn't
Right.
even have the luxury of doing a talent show at the high school.
Exactly.
Her debut is on a stage of tens of thousands of people, sometimes 60,000 people at once. I look to see what the viewer count is typically for The Voice, and the weekly viewers are adding up to about 3.5 to 5 million every week. So, Drew, with
Yeah.
that said, how did you feel debuting for the first time in front of millions of people?
I was rocked, and I think this is that's a good point to make is that especially, and I think people it's a reverse kind of thought process for the child of someone. And again, Blue Ivy to Beyonce, that's an insane. Obviously, she's a household name globally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even for me, my dad being very well known in the music industry and being kind of put on this pedestal as a vocal genie for
Absolutely.
me, and this was something that I've like that's all those thoughts are always running through your head when you're stepping on a stage like this. And not only am I wanting to be my best for myself, but also you not the reputation because his is its own thing, but you still are aiming to
The
make the
product of.
connection something that this person who's created such a name for himself and with his group can be proud of as well. And I think also there's just all of those thoughts and trying to focus on the task at hand, and there's a 50-person camera crew and there's people clapping and you don't have in-ears, there's reverb in the room. It's a sensory overload for sure.
Uh-oh. Where okay, it looks like they were I thought it was me. Is it just me? Is it just them with their Wi-Fi, Adria?
Who? No, they're fine.
No, we're
Okay,
fine.
it's frozen on my end. It's a black screen, girl. Hold
No.
on. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. You guys can you Marla and Drew say something.
Hey,
Test,
we're
You can
test.
hear them
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear them.
and
and
see.
see them.
Uh-huh.
This is
Everyone's
wild. I
fine.
can't see them.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
no,
gone.
her Wi-Fi.
Val's gone.
Val's gone. It's her. She said she's offline. Okay, so
Go into the computer now and get Val and bring her back.
it says you're offline, Val.
You're not with us,
Her
Val.
Wi-Fi probably crashed
Okay,
out.
it's all of
Yeah.
us, not you, Val. Where are you, Val?
Yes, we're taking over V. Lenore.
This is
A hostile
this is
takeover.
this is AMD Russell. Doo, 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 doo. Oh.
I'm back. Get it together. Get it together.
You're echoing.
Okay. Sorry. I'm echoing now?
You're better.
You better.
Okay.
You were when you first came back.
Okay. Sorry
We
about
want
that.
you to know that we represented your show very well while you were gone. You're
Okay,
welcome.
you better have. I'm watching you. Okay. But what did I miss? What did I miss? So did you talk about how Ben encouraged you to make this move?
I was just about to.
Okay, excellent.
Didn't
I'm
say it
sorry.
yet.
Sure. So you want to hear about Ben? So yeah. So Ben is and I talked about this on the show, and obviously you film days of footage, and only small tidbits get shown. But Ben is the reason, the final push to actually use this show as the, I guess, debut stage, so to speak. It was his birthday, and he's been, since we've met, he obviously, like I said, singing is something I'm always doing. So if you're around me and you're at my house, and obviously before we were ever engaged, even when we were dating and he would be around, I was always singing, and he loves that and obviously was moved by that and obviously knows it's something that I genuinely love doing. You know, say, honey, why don't you go on The Voice? Or why? And I was like,
Well,
oh,
how does he really say it though?
I'm not,
How does he say it, Marla? You know you want to do it.
I know.
How does he say it, girl?
Honey, it's his darling.
no,
Darling.
Darling.
Like a spot of tea.
just
Darling.
like that. Exactly how it sounded.
Because he's He's British,
He's
correct?
British. He's British,
Okay.
and he was talked about it for years. And he used to watch. He always used to watch the show, and we would watch it together. And then we watched it a lot actually after Guy was born, my son, when I was recovering, and it was his birthday, the first birthday after Guy was born. He was like, "Just I signed you up for my birthday." Oh, that's we have a rule. This is a small caveat. Growing up in my house, we had a rule that on your birthday you could ask for anything and your request was overrode all things. So you could even use your birthday as an excuse to get someone else out of a punishment, which I did for my brother because I'm good.
Aw.
But it was I've since told Ben about that tradition, and it was his birthday, and he said, "I signed you up to audition for The Voice," because they do their virtual open call.
Okay.
He had been talking about it so much leading up to this because he knew that it was an open call that I had actually already signed up, and I was gonna, for his birthday I was gonna do the audition. So we both were in the same
What?
train of thought, and it was kind of a low stakes situation. I just did a quick online audition. It was virtual, and then instantly, almost, I got a call back, and then there's months and months after that initial. Okay, we're interested. There's several auditions that have to take place, and then it's interviews, etc., to see who actually makes it onto the show.
Wow, that's amazing. So Marla, you were there. You were there. Tell
Girl,
us what it
okay,
felt
so let
like
me
for
tell
you.
you. First of all, you know what? I think your audience needs to know something about me, and Lexi can back me up on
They
this.
know everything about you, Marla.
No,
Everything.
they have not seen my granny butt, but the people at the Voice have. The people at the Voice have seen my actual granny butt. But
Oh yeah, that's true.
so
You gonna tell that story too?
yes, I am. So
Okay.
the funny thing about it is, and my kids have always, I am, and Adria can also attest. I am Lucille Ball. I am Black Lucille Ball in my marriage and in my family. So
Yes, Lord.
Lexi's always going.
I'm Carol Burnett, so
She
go
can
ahead.
tell you that I was messing around. She said I'm Carol Burnett. I was messing around with the people in the crew to the point that they were like, "Oh my God, your mom needs to be our roommate." And Lexi was like, "Take her, please, take my mother." So at one point, we were filming the Friends and Family, and Lexi's doing something independent, and Ben and I are waiting on her to come join us for this conversation on the couch. And I had a mic on, and all of a sudden,
Did you forget you had a mic on?
no, I had a dress that kind of had a loose. It has like slightly off the shoulder, and I saw something crawl, and I was like, and I thought I did, and I was like, oh, because Ben and I said Ben, he was like, I don't see it, and so I start like, and so you can hear the mic. Everyone in the
You're just
entire
tapping it, trying to get this thing.
all crew stops, and they're like, they all look over because I'm mic'd, so they can hear it even if they're.
Oh
So
my
he's
goodness.
like, it's nothing, it's nothing. So I said, okay. So now I was like, okay, because I looked down thinking whatever it was, I knocked it off. So now I'm sitting there, we're waiting on Lexi, and I lean over to say something, and I glance down, and it's a spider in full tuck.
Ooh, it
All,
was Adria. Ain't that crazy?
all its legs were tucked in,
Ooh,
and it was
all
it was
down in
Look
here.
how warm. Look
sitting
how
there like,
warm.
I better not move because she already tried to kill me once. So
Ooh.
I saw it, and I said, oh my God, Ben, get it, get it. Ben says, I'm not going down there. Dave will kill me. And I'm like, so now I'm like frantic. I'm just like all over the place, and I'm like, and trying to, get this spider out.
Oh
So
my
we
God.
finally got the spider, and I just, and everyone now gathers around, and I looked around and I said, I see what you guys tried to do. You tried to send a poison spider. I said, this is not in my contract. It will be The Voice NBC by Marla Thomas. Okay? When it bites me and I have one breast that swells up the size of a watermelon, I said, then what are we gonna do? Huh? You're not ready for
Gonna
that.
get another one to bite the other one so you match. I don't know.
And
I
the
don't know.
very next day, she's actually doing her blind. I go to the bathroom because you have to be escorted everywhere you go. And so you're waiting to be taken into the studio. So they
Here's
took her
the
first.
part.
They took a group. They took like ten contestants in. And then when they know she's in an order that she's about to perform, they come get family. So you take everything with you, and that's that. So I go to the bathroom, and I come out, and I just hear footsteps running behind me, and it's a nice little porta potty on the lot, and I hear these footsteps like trying to catch up, and I just hear Drew's. I hear on the walkie-talkies, Drew's mom, Drew's mother, Drew's mom. Get her, get Drew's mom. And I'm like, so I look around my shoulder. I had gone to the bathroom, and my dress
Oh
was a
Lord.
mess, and my
Adrian.
entire right ass cheek was out because the dress
Adrian,
was
you did
tucked,
like a
and
granny
I was
move.
wearing a thong, so it was tucked up under the band, and my entire right cheek. And they're
Lexi,
like,
She didn't feel a draft. She
yeah,
didn't feel nothing,
oh, I have
girl.
greeny
I'm
skin. I'm
sorry,
not
Lexi.
feeling breezes these days. You gotta smack it. You can't just never mind. Anyway,
Oh
the
my goodness.
bottom
Thank you, Adrian. I needed that.
the bottom line is they were like, Drew's mom, your butt's out. I said,
Adrian.
Only you, Marla. That only you that would happen to. Only
so
you.
let's get
Honestly, no, it's not.
past
That shit would happen
the
to me.
Marlon. They call us in. It's time for Lexi to perform. Ben and I are backstage, and
Oh, Ben didn't get this site, did he?
no,
No.
no. And if
God.
he did, he probably would never tell. He's afraid of Dave.
I was like, Dave will kill him. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Praise
He already has Dave's precious little last baby, so you know.
God. That is very true.
Right. So we're backstage, and I can just tell you this: that the energy of the whole thing. So when it's time for her to perform, we know she's about to come on because they're queuing up her music. So we know the song that which I
Right.
was going to ask you about that. I must pause here for a second. Your blind song selection, are you picking or are they picking?
It's a combination of both. You're picking from a larger selection of songs that are in your wheelhouse and what you're trying to
Okay.
present. And then they ended up picking the song that you really finalize and do on the show.
Oh, wow. So for the blind as well as for the challenge, correct? The battle round. Both of them?
The battle they pick entirely.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I never knew how this show went. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
no, no,
Marla.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I was going to ask her. We know now you sang Blue Bayou, and so if you could have chosen any other song to sing that you feel like you would have represented you in a blind, what else would you have picked? Because I know you had to submit a list.
That's a good question. I really wanted to sing the song that you heard my dad and I sing, but in a different version, not in a duo style. But "Faithfully" by
Right.
Journey is definitely on that list. I'm trying to think what was "The
So
Story" by
beautiful.
Randy Carlisle. I really love that song. There were a few others, and "Blue Bayou," to be fair, is a song that I also love dearly. But it's when you get into the technicality of singing that song, it is not an easy execution. Linda Ronstadt's a very like pure vocalist. So that song in that setting, which also I think the arrangement of that song is very difficult. Just the bass line and then it comes in. So you have to be able to hear very precisely. And if there's faulty hearing setup at all, it's difficult to execute. So I think from a technicality standpoint, I still love that song and sing it all the time. I don't think I would have
Chosen it
chosen that
necessarily.
song. I also think there's another Linda Ronstadt song that I absolutely love, and that is "Long, Long Time." And that
Okay.
was on my list.
You know, you're talking about the technicality of that song, and I never really thought about it until after you sang it, and the judges, they appreciated the fact that it was a challenging song. They brought that to light as well and were impressed with your execution. So, explain to us really quickly for those who never watched the whole show until Drew Russell was on there. Could you explain how this goes? Because obviously, typically they have the blind auditions, which is when the folks turn around in the chair,
Sure.
correct?
Yeah.
But this year was different. So could you kind of walk us through how these rounds go
Well, they
typically?
still have the blind auditions. That's a constant. That's like the basis of the show to begin with. So for your blind audition, you're essentially singing to the backs of the coaches. And for my season, the coaches are Adam Levine, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend. So they're in these big, decked out stage chairs, and there is a live studio audience, and as well as the whole production crew. So they are picking you based on the premise of the show what they're hearing. So they don't get to see, oh, this person's got a look that I like, or it's not, they're listening,
Right.
or is this a voice that I can work with? Is this a style of music? They're building a composite of a team that they're
Hmm.
trying to fill in a variety, wherever their strategy is. I don't know, I'm not in their minds. If I was in their minds, they would have picked me. But
I know, right? I know that's right.
um,
Turn the TV
that's the
on.
But
premise.
you were picked,
I was,
sweetheart. You were.
and I will say also is the real component of the show as well is that, and they talk about this on air as well, is chairs and teams fill up. So when you audition is also a huge advantage or disadvantage. Like in my opinion, people who go really early, that's a huge pressure on them because I'm thinking as a coach, you want to make sure that you've
Enough
given yourself an
space.
opportunity to really make sure, do I know
Right.
what's out there? It's like
Yeah,
dating almost, in that sense.
Right.
true. It's
Yeah, I
true.
guess it is kind
But then when you're going later, if they're looking for just one thing and you never know what that might be. So I was fortunate enough that Adam turned, and
of.
there are people who go, historically on the show who don't get any turns, and it's difficult. I think, especially having been on that stage and done it,
Hmm.
the more you sing and the
Hmm.
more you're singing to people's backs and
Hmm.
the pressure of, oh shit, they're not turning.
Hmm. I was going to ask you, how did you feel about that at first? If that's going through your head
To
while
be
you're
honest,
singing?
from my experience, I actually left my body within 5 seconds of singing that
I
song.
get it. I get it.
I didn't even notice. If you watch the clip back,
'Cause
you'll
your
know.
eyes were kind of
She
closed.
did. She looked scared. She
Yeah,
was like this.
Well,
and
yes,
she
she did a
was.
little bit. And I
She
was
did.
going to
She was.
ask you, because I'm going to be honest, when he turned around, and this is not a lie. When he turned around, I screamed. I start crying. And then I'm thinking, if that was me, it would have been over because as soon as he turned around, I would have gotten so emotional, you know.
You still have a song to execute, which is that's
Yeah,
the hard part. But I
that's the
also
hard
think
part.
the before part is also hard because you're now thinking, and some people do start to adjust, like throw in riffs and runs that they didn't plan for. They
Mhm.
start
Correct.
doing too much because they're like, oh, let me get this person's attention, let me get anybody's attention. So there's a
Mhm.
lot of psychological warfare
Mhm.
that's at play with yourself to make sure that you're one putting on a good performance, but also getting someone to turn their chair for
And
you.
as Drew's support team, Ben and I,
Mhm.
we were what we were doing. In all honesty, I'll give you a behind the scenes truth. Ben and I were counting wins based on we knew that there was only going to be 30 contestants. So there's
Okay.
judges. Each team has 10 people on it.
Right.
Okay,
So
Right.
yeah,
as
sure.
they would come out before her or whatever, we would just kind of try to assess on our own who got a chair turn and who went home. We didn't know because we don't talk to anybody. But the bottom line is, we're like, okay. So then you're counting spaces. So by the time, this is actually one of the funniest things ever. There was another family, and again, we were laughing and joking with people backstage, and they were like, okay, we need Drew's family, Drew's family. So they put us in a little side thing. They mic us up, and then they go, "Hey, hold on, such and such. Okay, hold on. We're so sorry." And they take our mics off and they go
Oh,
to
that's messing with you too. Like, good grief.
another. They were changing the order.
Oh, heck no. While it's happening.
So
Oh,
at the
Lord.
end of
Yeah.
the day, the bottom line is, it's it's just nail biting. Is my point. The
Yeah.
nail biting part is
That's right.
that you just don't know. So what I'm saying is, you're backstage in equal anxiety because all you want is for her to do well. So when you see that excitement on
Mhm.
TV of us backstage, that's for real. Because the minute the chair hit, we didn't care one turn, half a turn, a quarter turn, light up,
Who it
spin,
was?
make noise.
Right.
So
Right.
when they did,
You couldn't lose no matter who turned around. You know what I mean?
what I was then
Right.
hoping though is, which Lexi, I think she was brilliant with this. I can only imagine that because I know what we felt and we weren't performing. So
Right.
the fact that she
Right.
stayed on task with her song and
She
really
did.
Yeah.
performing it,
In fact, she got better.
she
As
did.
the
She got
song went on, she got better and
more.
stronger and more
And they said that.
confident.
And they
Because
said
at
that.
first I said, oh, oh.
Right, she
And
did.
I loved every moment of it. But I
Yeah.
think I really started crying when Marla started jumping up and down and stuff. I
Mhm.
was in tears. Honestly, I was. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, and I said I made Channing come. I was like, he was coming in late from something. I said, Channing, you gotta come here and watch Lexi, and we watched it again. I'm crying again. So anyway, we were so
yeah,
excited
in
for
the
you.
beginning, and that was another thing, and we talked about that a little bit after we, they do the debrief, they talk about your performance. And in the beginning, and we talked about this a lot, I actually couldn't hear anything. So
Oh
the
wow.
panic in my eyes was actually I couldn't hear the songs. It's just a bass line. And you're using room audio. You don't have in-ears or anything like
Oh
that tools that you
no.
normally have. So
Oh no.
I'm actually I heard the first and that's it. And I stopped being able to hear it. So I was actually completely the
A memory.
panic was when I
Oh my God.
was and this is where I say thank God for all the practice and the vocal coaches and the
Right.
performance coaches because what actually kept me going was muscle memory.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear
Mm.
and I was guessing even on time. So that's a real also component and you kind of have to just like you do in any performance setting you kind of have to improvise. So I was very proud of myself for being able to keep my composure even though what I was feeling was total and utter panic.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't see panic in your eyes. I saw nervousness. That's what I thought I saw. And then as you went on and on, girl, it was building and building and building. And when he turned around, I would have been done. See, I would have been like, oh my God, thank you. The song would have been over everything. So
I
great.
have a question, Lex.
Mhm.
Do you so I know that people who actually audition for the blinds and don't make it often do it again. So my question to you is, depending on how far, like even though you have a chair turn, are there people who have some success on The Voice but not all the way to the end that come back again?
Yeah,
They repeat.
I
Do you have
think
repeats like that?
it's a show people are able and they make this publicly known as well is that people can audition as much as they'd like whether however far you go that's how that happens but yeah I think but I also do think it's a very eye-opening process and it's very intense and you're putting yourself through so much and I commend everyone who does it more than once because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Uh, I don't know if I would at this point, and I actually love the show, and I think it was a great experience. But like I said, I think this was an opportunity for me to test that to its full capacity, something on that stage, and now I'd like to take that, off of that platform as my introduction and move it into my own space.
Yeah, where are we going next? What are we gonna do?
Because you know what, we didn't explain. So you auditioned. Adam turned around. That was the blind round. Then you go to a battle round,
Yeah.
right? And what happens during the battle round? And tell us what happened with you.
So the battle round is really interesting. So the battle round, I would say, is the part of the process that at the onset as the artist you have not as much control over. Like you really genuinely don't pick your songs for the battle round. The coaches pick those songs for you and they pick a partner for you based on kind of what your styles are and what they think will make a good duet. And I will give Adam Levine so much credit for this is that he has really incredible taste and a very good ear for pairings. So I was paired up with Jared Shoemaker, my battle partner.
Beautiful. It was
And
beautiful.
we sang Leather and Lace by Stevie Nicks and Don Henley. And we were both very excited because I absolutely love Stevie Nicks. I love Fleetwood Mac. And that was something that I definitely is in my wheelhouse. And he has a voice that very much so suits that style as well. So we were very happy with our selection. But they essentially give you your partner, they give you your song, and then they give you time 24, 48 hours or so to initially just as artists and most of the people on the show are working musicians and
Yeah.
have a good understanding of music so you're kind of left with the task of coming up with your own vocal arrangement in the beginning so what you guys think how you're going to split it up and that's really on the artist to kind of sort out and then you present those kind of arrangements that you came up with and you work it out with the band etc but there is a lot of you get a lot of say as kind of how you are putting it together at the onset and then they fine tune it through production as it gets ready to go to final performance.
Okay. And so you do the pairing, And basically, even though you're working together to make a beautiful performance, you're
Battling
also
each other.
competing with
Yeah,
that
and
person.
Competing, yeah.
so many
That's
people have
very
said, rebrand it as not battle but duet, because the goal, and I definitely agree with this, is to make good music, harmonious music, music that's blended, that feels good as a pairing. And I'm so proud of my battle with my partner, who we may be releasing some music together here soon.
good. That's awesome. Because they
Ooh.
suggested that. And I was like, they were really good together.
It is an interesting, and that's the thing, is you kind of have to, and that's why I think, well, yes, unfortunately, at the end of the day, one of us had to go home. In this case, it was me. I think we accomplished our goal and then some of putting together a beautiful performance and actually finding that harmony through sound. And I think we did a good job at that. So that's the
Mhm.
process, and I think we nailed it.
And
You
I will
did.
say this, that I think that I would encourage everybody to keep watching. The thing that I'm, and I can be honest and say that I'm not a person who normally follows performance shows, all of them.
Mhm.
And of course, once your kids get involved with anything,
Of course.
i.e., same,
Yeah.
unfortunately, even on the more ratchet end, love and hip hop, you start, you pay it, I'm involved where they're involved.
Right.
Mhm.
I, of course, am all in, but now just understanding and continuing and to continue to support the show and the
Right.
people who are performing, going forward, even post, like she said, her losing the battle. I'm still in throughout I'm anxious to see what happens for the
Yeah.
rest of the
Well, these are
season.
also my friends now. So moving
Right.
knockouts and semifinals and finals, I'm deeply invested, because there are some incredible artists. And that's the other thing, is I think being in that setting, it is such an experience. You're with so many like-minded people that are all extremely talented, and you're learning. You get better just being around people that are doing the things that you want to be doing. Sometimes 100 times better than you are. There were so many. Like, I can't understate the amount of talent that was in that group, and even the people who didn't end up getting chair turns. Incredibly talented people. So that was definitely something that I took from that experience, just being able to be around them and run things by them and rehearse with them. And that was, kind of like a band camp, but for adults and singers vibe.
And
Gotcha.
it also has given birth to, David and I turned the voice into a critique and pillow talk for all performance shows. And we're going to be coming forward, and this is a little sneak preview announcement. And
Really? Are you okay?
no,
Okay.
seriously, we're going to
I
we're
could
going
totally, that's good.
to
That's his wheelhouse for sure.
we're going to be doing some critiques because there's some people out there right now that never mind. I don't
Oh,
like I don't
oh,
like their critique. And
oh,
David and I are gonna we want to give the
okay.
positive spin to the musical things that we hear on all the performance shows. That's what we're gonna do. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because Dave's gonna bring his Grammy and I'm gonna bring my granny and we're gonna
I was gonna say, what are you gonna bring, friend?
I'm gonna bring Granny and he's gonna bring Grammy. Okay?
Okay, Michi. All right, Michi.
Okay?
Golly. Oh my goodness.
I just want to say this. I'm so proud of you, Drew.
Thank you.
Lexi, it's hard for me to call you Drew. I was like, I know you, Lexi Boo, but um, you've always been the baby. We have to say the baby. That's
She's
how
the
we want
baby.
the
She's
baby.
where's
But
my
you're not a baby anymore. You are a beautiful young lady, and I just want to say, from your auntie, just I'm very proud of you. You know that you did this, and kudos to Ben. That just shows you having a supportive partner. When you choose
facts.
well,
Mhm,
you can
mhm,
do so much when you have somebody that's behind you. So I'm just honored to be able to witness this. I am proud of you that you're continue on with this. You have it in your DNA. And when you have
mhm,
it in your DNA, you have to hone that.
mhm.
And so just keep going. You have a support team. You already know that. We do whatever we need to do. And Guy's going to be so proud of you. He's going to
Yeah,
look
see,
up
he
one day.
already, he
He
already,
is proud of you.
and after the second week, the first performance we all watched, and then I was like, "Guy, you want to watch with us? Mommy's gonna be on TV." He said, "Again?"
Ah, ah,
He's already
I'm
taking
sick
me.
of you.
It's like, and
Um,
they're very honest at too.
this is an opportunity for me to just toss this out here. As
Okay.
your career continues to soar and you
Mhm.
continue to phoenix up, I just want you to glance at the three of us and just don't answer. Shh, don't shh, don't shh. And listen. I'm going to tell you something about your Aunt Adria that you don't know.
Uh-oh.
Well, why are
That,
you trying it
that
now? Shh. Don't be pushing me. Shh.
you have never seen anybody drop it like it's hot, like Adria. I'm just trying to tell you. If you let her do our choreography behind you, you don't know we can bring some sauce to some country up in here.
Yes, we
I'll keep
could.
that in mind. Thank you, ladies. I'll be expecting a full audition
Mm,
soon.
okay.
Don't worry, we're not wearing black dresses. We're gonna bring it. And Daisy Dukes.
We'll be the pipettes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
There
gonna
we
be.
go. There we
So
go.
you know what, ladies, I have a question.
Yeah. Let's see if
David
I
and
have
I
an
spend a
answer.
lot of our time trying to craft and throw in ideas for Drew's burgeoning music career. And I said,
Mhm.
Lexi, we have to name your fan club. And Dave and I were coming up with some fun things. And I think that what I've landed on is Drew's Crew.
I like that, Drew's crew. You're
Crew.
very good with play on words, though, Marla. I got to give
And
it
we
to you.
came up, we did that. David said Drew's Booze, and we were like, that's not her.
No, I don't like that one. Sorry,
Um,
Dave.
Drew's
We're
Dolls,
still
Or the
working
Drew Crew. I
Dr-
like that too. Yeah.
the Drew Crew. Well,
The
yeah,
doll.
yeah.
when the time is right. You'll hear it from me first. We're
We need
still
a fan club,
workshopping.
ladies. So just submit
Yes.
suggestions, and then I'm in.
Hi, I'm your fan.
Let me ask you this. So, you mentioned Fleetwood Mac,
Mhm.
Stevie Nicks, Linda Ronstadt. Like, look, I know just by knowing your dad and knowing how well versed he is in almost every style of music, this is very different from what he does, right? It's different from even your older sister who was pursuing music too. It's not her style.
Right.
Where did you get this attraction to those types of artists? Look, I've always had an eclectic taste,
Right.
but how did you get introduced to them?
I think what's interesting about my taste in music and kind of what I'm drawn to is I genuinely listen to everything. I'm a true consumer of music. So
Hmm.
from R&B to hip hop to soul to country to Americana, you name
Yeah,
it. Unless
yeah.
it's like I don't listen to hard metal. It's the only thing I don't really listen to, but I genuinely did grow up listening to. I've just always loved consuming music, and I think what draws me to that style of music is really the space for storytelling. And as much
Mm,
as I love listening to R&B, I listen to it all the time.
hmm.
For me, there's more breathing room and less focus on let me hit this riff and run, let me do this performance here, which
I
is
can see
amazing.
that.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that so much. And
Sure,
but
sure.
for the way I like to express myself is I like kind of a free canvas to tell a full story, and
Mm,
Mm,
it's a different medium. So
yeah.
it's music still, but it's a different way of expressing yourself through sound, and I think that's kind of what
great.
draws me to it is the space for storytelling.
And I think you can express yourself better than anybody else. So I'm going to ask you this question. Of course, as your mother, I read pretty much predominantly all the comments. How do you respond to the people who are out here saying that you're whitewashed because you're singing country?
I
What's
mean,
your personal response to that?
this is a comment
Hmm.
I've dealt with my whole life. I also
Oh, I'm
grew up
telling.
in a white neighborhood. Um,
Your
it
parents are ridiculous.
it doesn't bother me. I think people naturally, I do feel sorry for people who think in such small scope
Yeah.
because naturally people want you to be in a box that makes sense to them. So,
Makes
and
them
I get
Yeah.
this a
comfortable.
lot mostly from other black people who see, other black women who will think they see me and they expectation and the hope is that I'm going to be singing something that makes sense to them based on what is predominantly shown.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space for the conversation of you can actually take inferences from things and you can appreciate them and also translate it somewhere else. I really do consume all types of music. So for me, I understand why some people are limited in scope, but it doesn't bother me and I'm also not afraid to try new things. And that's something that I
Mhm.
pride
That's
myself
great.
on is being open to
Hmm.
trying almost anything. Even
Hmm.
singing jazz around the house. Like it doesn't it's I'm not afraid of it. But this just happens to be the format in which I find my storytelling easiest.
Hmm.
And so for
Hmm.
the people that think that or say that, I feel sorry for you. I would encourage you to listen to all types of music. You'll find that
Right.
black people actually are the originators of country music and rhythm and blues.
Absolutely. I tell
And
people
we're
that all
very
the
diverse.
time.
And we're
When you
very
get to the
diverse.
roots of music, I think you would be hard pressed to find a genre
Find a
that
style,
Black people have not absolutely mastered.
created. That's right.
And other people get on and, can dominate, if you want to go by race, by genre. But I think that's a very shallow perspective of music and culture, and
I
that's what
agree.
I would say, and I'm gonna leave that
I
there.
would agree.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I grew up watching Hee Haw. I know you don't know anything about that, okay?
Dukes of
But
Hazzard,
love me some Hee Haw. Don't play, okay? And I used
Little
to
House on the
listen.
Prairie was my favorite show. I would run home. I had to watch that.
I loved Lucy.
I
I
love
love
Lucy.
Dolly Parton, okay?
I love Dolly.
Oh my God.
She hadn't even, she hadn't
And
even, she never seen
the
the type.
coal miner's daughter. Okay. I love me some Loretta Lynn. Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying, you are so correct. I talk about it all the time. When you talk about blues, jazz, country, gospel, it's all comes from Black people. It just does. And we have always influenced it. We have also been locked out of country, who,
Yes.
that genre
girl,
makes the most money.
I'm trying to get the keys, get back in there,
That's
girl.
right. I'm happy about it. I'm so excited about it. Look, we talked a little bit about Beyonce having crossed over and did a country album and did well. Got, best album of the
Very
year.
well.
Yeah, she did awesome. They shifted and changed some things because of that. I believe they created a new, is it country soul category, something like that. It's almost as if they're still put. This is me saying this, not Drew Russell, not Marla, not Adria. I'm saying this. I feel that we have been pushed out of that genre for many reasons. But I think that that's the genre that makes the most money. It's the biggest. Well, I won't say it's the biggest, but they make the most money. And I always felt like we were being locked out of that space. You are walking through those doors. Have you experienced anything from the country music community? I know Marla touched on people in the comments. I'm guessing probably Black people, obviously, who may have made those comments. But country music, have you heard anything from folks that follow that genre who may or may not be Black?
I've actually had, surprisingly, since the first two episodes aired, had incredible feedback. People, I mean, not from the country music community precisely,
Right.
but people from all walks. Obviously, you're going to have the people who want you to be something based on what their expectations are. But I've had a lot of positive feedback. So, and again, I'm not, something that I pride myself on is I really am genuinely not concerned with negative. I don't let
Good.
it bog me down. And the mindset that I have, and my dad and I were laughing about this recently, is we are human beings. We all have positive and negative thoughts. Judgment is a part of who we are. We judge people on a daily basis, no matter how holy or kind you are.
Yep.
I think it takes a certain kind of person to go out of your way to share those negative thoughts
Right.
to someone that I need you to know this,
Right.
I feel this
Right.
negatively
That's
about
something
you. Me,
says more about them than you, girl.
that's a
Absolutely.
frequency that I genuinely don't even, I can't even comprehend it. So it doesn't bother me because I actually don't even understand that frequency
It has
operating in
no
that
weight.
way. To me, if you don't like something or you rather
We're
just move
past it.
and there's a million other very well-equipped, talented Black young women who are singing R&B music. Go listen to them if you don't want to hear me.
Right.
I listen to them. I
That's
love.
simple.
Right.
It's that simple.
I think that's also just a really weird concept. I think people feel like they have ownership over someone else's
Yep.
artistry,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they lack the understanding of not everything people do is for the pleasure of others. Sometimes this is just
It's
what I
for
like.
you.
And if
Yeah.
you carve a new lane, then it's going to make you uncomfortable. Then just find another lane to observe. You don't have to watch me here if it
Yeah.
makes you feel like I'm walking outside of the bounds of where you need me to be. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about that.
Well, can
Okay.
I ask you one more thing for myself?
Sure.
Because Adria and Val and myself are doing a podcast called Two Wives, One X, and you were a very successful news producer.
Mm-hmm.
we would like for you to volunteer all of the 10 minutes of spare time that you have left after everything and produce us.
Sure,
Give
I've
us,
got so much free time, ladies. I'm full time, full on call. I'll do it all.
I said 10 minutes.
It's gonna take more than 10 minutes to get through this Rolodex of information and resource that I've got. But
Okay.
I can hook you girls up with something. I can hook you girls up.
Okay.
We're gonna
I'll hold you to it. This,
Drew Russell says she's gonna work with us in production and clock it.
We
Clock
love it as they do now.
Girl, even I'm far past Gen Z at this point, so let's we gotta come up with something new.
But anyway, I'm gonna piggyback right quick on Auntie Adria and Val. Val, first of all, thanks for having us, having her,
happy to have you.
and we are very proud of you. But the bigger than that, and I think that this is very important because I as a mother, I have many myths about who I am, and this is David and I's third and final child, meaning our young.
You sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
I have
has
to check.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
don't tell him he
I
can't
think
try.
they be trying,
That'd be a
but sorry.
show.
He can't
That
try.
would be
She's
a
so
show.
she's like, okay, goodbye. Ew, what's wrong with you guys? But anyway, just to tell you that just the choices that you have made for yourself. So with the ups and downs in our family with our children, the one thing that I learned by default is the same way I had to let go of feeling pressure or guilt for something that may be negative or may not show up the way that I would like it to show up. It taught me that also the things that are amazing that one of my children may do also is not, I can't own either. I can't own their success and I cannot own their failure. I can just love them. So as somebody who loves all three of you unconditionally, I'm just proud of who you have chosen to become and the choices that you've chosen to. And that's my pride. My pride is not for myself, but my pride is good for you that you've been always a decided person that has learned to do things that serve Drew. And I really do. I really seriously mean that. I think that when she says some of these things, I back her up because I raised her and I've been around her whole life. But she really is unbothered in the
Yes.
best ways because it's not just I don't care. It's just that's on them. And she's been that way since she was a little kid. I would say, what happened to so and so? Oh, it's fine. We just, basically they're doing something, whatever the case is. She never made a deal. It was just, oh, we're good. It's just that I'm doing this and they're doing this, and so her life kind of went its way. So that's
When you're comfortable with
she's
yourself.
so I love that because she,
That was
she
been that way.
met Ben. They're a perfect pair. She didn't meet a white man. She met Benjamin Russell, and
She
he
met her
loved her to death. I'm just saying that's not his classification in our
Right.
family. What he
Right.
is an amazing man and a great dad, and
Right.
we're just glad that they found each other.
Yep.
Yay.
I echo
Yeah,
that.
you deserve that. I love it.
I can always give the baby some melanin chips. He can eat those.
He's
and he'll-
fine. We accept him the way he is.
Look at Val. Val's like she was. You didn't think that she was going to get out, Val, when you haven't been able to get out.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody gets away.
Drew, what are you doing next?
I have an EP out. Drew Russell.
Okay. How
Project
many
Detroit.
how many songs? Like EP8? What is
Four
that?
songs.
Like, is it
4
just
songs.
4? Okay.
So
Okay.
take a listen. It's streaming on all platforms, and I'm in the works.
Yay.
Some duo stuff coming up with my battle partner. So I
Oh
can't
yeah. Okay.
say all things yet, but we've gotten a lot of great feedback about and we do take, we're both students of art in all things, so we took the feedback to heart, and I think a lot of people liked the sound together, and we obviously
Love
love
it.
together. So there's some cool things coming up down the
And,
pipe. You'll have
and
to
he
have
can sing too. He can sing, honey.
can sing.
Okay. He can sing. Hey,
I
so
think
y'all
should we
sounded
talk,
beautiful together. Just
should we
beautiful.
talk
I
to
love
Jared
it.
about background dancing too, or just you?
I'll be making on
He's
the back.
busy. He can only do so much. He's playing. Yeah. Well, look, we are so excited. Let me say this too before we get out of here. So you debuted 2 weeks ago on The Voice, right? About 3 weeks ago, maybe at this point.
3,
3
yeah.
weeks ago. And then within that same week or so, your mom and dad were on another show. Okay. Dirty Rotten Scandals. So your mom and dad are coming back over here in a couple of days, and we're going to talk about that experience. I mean, the whole Thomas family was just doing a whole lot that week. What's going on around here?
And
This
it happened,
last month
to also be Monisa's actual birthday that Dirty Rotten Scandals premiered.
aired. It sure did.
It was
On your
on
oldest daughter's birthday. It's just a lot, okay? We're proud of everybody. Any final words from Adria? I'll start with you, Adria. Anything else you
No,
want to
I
say
think
to
I said
our
everything like,
baby?
yeah, no, the baby. We gotta go like this, the baby. But again, just like I said, I'm proud of you and I'm excited and I can't wait to hear what's next for Drew Russell.
Thank you.
Yay.
Love you.
Marla, what else do you want to say?
You
You
know,
always got something to say.
if you just give me the first baby, you can
All
have
right.
another.
Interviews caught random. She's trying
He wants to be with us. I'm saying. I mean, yeah, he loves his mom and it's my best friend. Whatever. That's just so.
Oh,
But,
look, you
but
have your dad's face
they're my
and
best friend.
Guy has your face.
That is true.
That they are now. Now they're quadruplets because to be
For
honest,
sure.
David looks exactly like his mother.
He does.
Drew looks exactly like Dave, and now Guy looks exactly like her. It's four of
Yep.
them.
Sure
And
does.
we'll talk to him on the phone, and he'll say, "Hi, Michi. Michi, where's Pappy?" And I'm like,
Where's Pappy?
"You not see me here on this FaceTime screen, do you not?"
Happy's the favorite.
Is that Pappy's always the favorite? I told David I was going to get a Pappy mask.
Not
I'm
a
a
Pappy mask, child. Well, look, on our way out of here, I feel like I want to hear you and your daddy sing again. So we're going to leave out listening to Drew Russell. We'll be watching you. We'll be praying for you. We will be cheering for you. We are so proud of you, okay? And we expect big things because you're just waiting to happen, okay?
Can you
This
give
is
me all
just the
your money?
beginning.
Thank
What'd you
you.
say?
Can she give me all her money? Will you give me your money?
I'll
No.
negotiate with Terrace. Roll the tape.
Oh my God. Oh
That
my
was a
God,
good
that's
comeback.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm
Anyway.
never.
Well, anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us. Adria, Marla, and most specifically our special guest, Drew Russell from The Voice. Okay?
Yay.
Two wives, one ex.
That's right. 2 Wives, 1 X coming soon. Wait, I have my banner. Where'd my banner go, child? Let me put my banner. Okay. Okay. 2 Wives, 1 X, baby.
It's always going to be popping. We got a lot to say.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for coming. Make sure you check out it. What's your IG, Drew? Drew Alexis R.
This is R. Yeah.
Okay, so that's on all platforms, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yes. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, ladies. Let's see Drew sing with her 10-time Grammy Award winning legend daddy. Okay, here we go. All right.
We run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round. You're on my mind. Yeah.
Restless hearts, they sleep alone tonight. Sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. And loving and music, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh boy, you stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. Faithfully. this life under the big top world. We all need the clouds to make us smile. Yeah.
Through space and time, always another show. Wondering where I am, I'm lost without you.
And being apart ain't easy, all this love affair. Two strangers learn to fall in love again. I get the joy of rediscovering you.
Oh boy, you stand by me.
I'm forever yours, faithfully.
Whoa, whoa.
Parody